Did you know that if you eliminate someone who's tamed a pet, their animal will become heartbroken over their death? What about Epic Games secretly adding the iconic feet claws to the X-23 skin? Today we cover 101 secret Fortnite facts, and in 2020, the item shop was updated with Deadpool cosmetics, but do you remember him hand-delivering them? Indiana Jones used to have an adorable secret under his hat. In replay mode, you could find the words "Lamb and Finn love Dad," a super sweet message left by the dev for his kids. And near the end of Chapter 1, players noticed a rubber duck on the map, and for some reason, it had 1,000,000 health. Just a few months later, The Simpsons released its 677th episode Screenless, and it features a scene where Bart is watching a game called Half Month. Looks pretty familiar, right? Yes, they even drew the Fortnite island in the Simpsons style. In 2018, people like Bart were becoming so obsessed with Fortnite that everyone was playing it in class. One teacher asked Epic Games to help them out, and a few weeks later, this appeared on the loading screen. During the announcement of Party Royale, Eagle Eye players spotted Kirby in the background. It was even more suspicious when Epic blurted out a few hours later. Back when we had 3D Battle Pass lobbies, Deadpool was hiding in the bathroom, and if you accessed his computer, there was a secret ski minigame where you ran from evil Peelies. One of Fortnite's most popular features is thanking the bus driver, but it turns out this was only added after a fan-made petition got tons of signatures. Epic also loves to remove things, and when the first Shadows released, the Burning Wolf had his own animated trailer with voice acting. After a few hours, it was deleted from all socials, and to this day, nobody knows why. With the release of the Never Gonna Give You Up emote, Fortnite posted this video called "How a Bear Made the Unlikeliest of Friends," and when you clicked it, it was a fish stick Rick roll. To make it worse, the news tab teased a brand new secret skin, but anyone who went to check it out was shown this emote instead. And everyone's favorite animal was actually named by the community. When he was first spotted in a trailer, people on Reddit nicknamed him Colombo, and the name has stuck ever since. He even has a secret dance animation that is yet to appear in game. But not every pet is beloved. There was once a cosmetic named Gunner who was sold in the item shop for 1,000 V-Bucks. It was just a reskin version of Bonesy with a yellow mask on, and so Epic removed it after thousands of complaints. If you're wondering why there are dozens of tires around the Foundation statue, it's a reference to the day where Fortnite was so broken that you could send the statue to space with tires. One of the most iconic items in the game is the Chug Jug, but did you know this was originally going to be called Essential Oils? It's true, and slurp juices weren't even blue back in the day, they were called Purple Stuff. Not as weird as the time that Chris Pratt secretly teamed up with Fortnite to advertise Battle Royale in South Korea, creating one of the funniest billboards I've ever seen. You cannot find a gravestone on the island, and it has a car stuck in the ground, immortalizing this moment that went viral at the start of Chapter 3. And over the years, we have seen Peely die 9 times, making this one of the longest running jokes in the game. It's not all fun and games because there is one huge problem with the Tilted 2.0 contest. Fortnite made the vote automatically point towards option C, rigging the event and causing a huge controversy. Did you know that Epic once released a Battle Pass cosmetic in the item shop? The Mako glider was originally exclusive to Season 1, but appeared in the daily store a few weeks later, making it one of the rarest item shop cosmetics ever. And during the Marvel season, there was a secret achievement that unlocked when you drank a shield potion as Captain America. It was called "If I Don't Bucky, I'll Die." It was a reference to a comic where, yes, Cap actually tried to eat his own shield. In a surprising turn of events, we also learned an incredible secret about John Jones. Not only is he the face of Fortnite and the most iconic default skin, but it turns out that Jonesy is immortal, grieves his dead family, and has been through multiple wives. A more uplifting fact is that Epic Games has made real-life versions of the food and drinks from Fortnite. During events, attendees have been given slurp juices, Durr burgers, and at one point, they even had Guaco handing out tacos. And did you know that there's only one gray cosmetic that has ever appeared in the item shop? Rainbow Bubblegum is a common wrap that was sold in Chapter 2 for 300 V-Bucks. While everyone was mesmerized by the meteor in the sky in 2018, some players heard a sound coming from it, and if you put the audio through a spectrogram, it showed them doing Take the L. In the same season, you could go to a house near Greasy Grove and find a secret note that said, "Andrea, will you go to prom with me, Eric?" And they actually ended up going to prom together. While everyone was freaking out over the black hole, some people tried the Konami code and it revealed a hidden mini-game inspired by Space Invaders. One of the funniest stories is when a school in the UK banned the floss for a ridiculous reason. Apparently kids were using the dance to surround and intimidate other children in the playground. But if you lose track of time while grinding Fortnite, don't worry because Ludwig's clock backbling actually tells you the real time in game. And one of the best cosmetics is Tender Defender, which was added after a post on Reddit went viral. A dad posted their 8-year-old son's chicken trooper drawing, and it was so adorable that Epic turned it into a fully fledged outfit. Something that we hope to see in the future is this long-lost double jump feature. This was a backpack item that let you jump just like ninjas and save the world, but was scrapped midway through development. And don't expect these skins to come back because they are banned from Fortnite. Rue will never return because, well, if you know what happened in World War II, you can see the problem here. Epic also banned Plague Doctor and Scourge from reappearing because of the pandemic, while these emotes were removed for copyright issues. One of the craziest parts in Fortnite happened in Chapter 2, where the Coral Buddies had a storyline that went completely unnoticed. You could give them better technology from stone to metal, but eventually they built nukes and blew themselves up. One of the coolest features is included in Eevee's wrap. If you use the balance of 2 on any item, it'll show red and blue, and this left people disappointed because it's not like that on our featured image. Well, luckily Epic fixed it, and if you use the wrap on dual pistols, it now shows this. I'm more surprised about the fact that it's actually possible to drown yourself in Fortnite. It takes a lot of effort and patience, but it works. And it turns out one of the game's most popular features was originally unintended. When people learned how to rocket ride, it was a glitch, but the response was so positive that Epic just left it in. A similar situation happened with the Orange Shirt Kid, who created a fan favorite dance only to lose the contest. After a huge outcry, he was added to the battle pass with the name Orange Justice. But it's not as exclusive as the Penguin and Insignia backblings. These were only available in Fortnite China, and when the game shut down in 2021, everyone's accounts were deleted, making it impossible to get these. For those who love to go back and watch old trailers, it's amazing when you find something you never noticed before, and the best one is in Chapter 2, Season 5. As Jones dives into the 0 point, the camera is upside down, foreshadowing the reveal of Chapter 3 a year before it happened. And if you're wondering why there are so many collabs, it's because, well, they make an insane amount of money. But what are the most popular crossovers? Well, that title is currently held by Dragon Ball Z, followed by Naruto. Fortnite also advertises them very well, with billboards appearing in major cities, and they are usually 3D and look incredible. But when the black hole appeared, Epic covered Times Square with it. And did you know that there's a secret Lady Gaga crossover in the game? The Jug Band emote starts off like any other song, but if you have 4 instruments playing, you'll realize it's the iconic sound of Poker Face. And you might be wondering just how much it would cost to own every single cosmetic in the game, and the estimated price is 2.25 million V-Bucks. Before Fortnite added thousands of outfits, there were only default skins, and in the alpha version from 2016, they look like this. If that wasn't hilarious enough, when Battle Royale first released, the inventory was so basic that grenades weren't even designed yet, so they were filled with a stencil drawing. Over the years, we've all been watching movies and trying to find celebrity cameos, but I don't think anyone expected Donald Mustard to have so many of them. You can see him as a stormtrooper in Star Wars, a sorcerer in Avengers, but my personal favorite is the Matrix. If you're still nostalgic for the days of Chapter 1, then you need to know about this secret. The comics recently revealed that the prisoner was defeated by the Ice King in Season 8 and was frozen in the sea, which means he is still on the island to this day. Not as ridiculous as the time that Fortnite used to have an unlimited ammo cap. This meant that people could run around with literally hundreds of rockets. It was insanely broken. Over the years, we've had some incredible LTMs, but so much has happened that it's easy to forget some of the craziest modes. We used to have games like Storm Chase or Surfin', where you impulsed each other into the storm, or Tank Battle that gave everyone way too much health. It's also surprising to know that one of Fortnite's most popular skins, Tomato Head, was actually created by a fan, and considering how many community concepts are in the game, this went pretty unnoticed. Unlike Eevee's chest reduction, Epic thought nobody would realize when they changed the size of her body, but once they were called out, it was reverted instantly. The attention to detail is always something to admire though, because the Foundation skin is the only outfit in the game to have an extra bone in his eyebrow, of course to let him do the signature brow raise. Even that isn't as powerful as the unbreakable ice cream truck from Chapter 1. There's a time you can find these trucks and pickaxe them for 100,000 health. At the start of Chapter 3, somebody used a tire glitch to fly across the map, and an Epic developer replied, "That one may be a record." So within weeks, a gravestone appeared at this exact location. One of the craziest facts happened in 2019 when Epic Games went to Sony and pitched a Fortnite movie. You'd think the creators of the Emoji Movie and Angry Birds would be excited about this, but they actually passed on the idea. And while everyone knows about the mythic goldfish, there was secretly a golden mushroom that was only in the game for 2 months. It had a 1 in 10,000 chance of spawning and gave you 100 shield instantly. Over the years, some of Fortnite's best features have actually been the result of fan feedback. Even something as simple as the emote wheel was suggested by players, along with the slurp juice buff and even locker presets. Imagine where we'd be without these. And it's not the only learning experience Fortnite has been through. During the first ever live event, there was no protection for players. So when someone destroyed a viewing platform, it broke the world record for most eliminations. Speaking of records, the Eye of the Storm tracker holds a secret title of its own. This backpack was added to the game in 2018, but was removed after just 30 minutes, making it the fastest item to be vaulted in history. And something that only 1% of players know about turned out to be a complete lie. Epic Games once stated they were not interested in adding vehicles to Fortnite, but in the years since, over 15 of them have been introduced. But did you know you could find references to Epic's other projects all over the island? There are paintings from old games, the Infinity Blade is a historic series, and even the shark was from a mobile app. But over at Haunted Hills, it turns out this entire POI was designed by a fan on Reddit, who originally wanted to be two castles connected by a huge bridge, which Epic even added a few seasons later. Speaking of original ideas, the 7 were gonna have very different names. The Scientist was previously called Visitor Volta, while the Foundation was supposed to be named The Chosen. And one of the most confusing parts about Fortnite's teasers happened at the end of Chapter 2. As we waited for the servers to go live, you could see items in the ocean like Spider-Man's backpack, and they were meant to tease what's coming. And then the Zapatron appeared, trolling everyone. But the game wouldn't be where it is today without streamers, and they didn't grow overnight. In fact, some of the biggest creators like Ninja and Tfue originally made a name for themselves in a fan-made tournament called Friday Fortnite. For those who also find themselves winning games, you'll have a lot of victory crowns, and if you show them off to a llama vending machine, it has a secret reaction. Epic even programmed them to react to all kinds of specific dances like knee slapper and laugh it up. But I think we could all appreciate the time that Laserbeam controlled Fortnite's Twitter for a day. That is way too much power for anyone to handle. And even the most veteran players probably won't remember this. Even though Fatal Fields was an iconic drop, there's a secret upside down house here that wasn't in the game for long. If you want to go even further back, in 2017, Epic collaborated with YouTubers to add exclusive banners into Fortnite, and some of these were things like PewDiePie's Bro Fist, the Vanoss gaming logo, and even a Minecraft watermelon. But I especially love the time that Fortnite upgraded an emote. Joy is a skin that was designed by an artist named Doja Cat, and originally she was gonna have a song called Suspenders as the emote. But somehow, Epic pulled some strings and added Kiss Me More to the dance instead, making this the only original outfit with an Icon series emote. If you were around in Chapter 3 Season 2, you'll remember that the season's war theme was a huge case of bad timing. To make up for it, Epic donated $144 million to humanitarian causes in Ukraine, and even added this Easter egg on the map. But if you were around during the launch of Chapter 2, you might remember the Waterfall of Death and how one wrong step could result in this. After this clip by iFrost Origins went viral, Epic added a tombstone to mark the occasion. And did you know that there was a test mode of Battle Royale that had no bloom, low damage, and a red glow for first shot accuracy? It was like a completely different game. At least you could play through this though, because at one point there's a swing set at Pleasant Park that would literally ban anyone who touched it. The physics were so broken that I thought you were hacking. And even further in the past, it turns out that V-Bucks were originally going to be called something completely different. Imagine spending battle bucks on your favorite skins, like Black Widow. Believe it or not, this was actually the first Marvel skin, and she hasn't returned since. Speaking of OGs, Retail Row and Pleasant Park were the only classic POIs left by the end of Chapter 2. Everything else had been changed or removed. In 2018, a teacher once lost a bet with the students to make their final chemistry exam about Fortnite. They had to get over 6,700 retweets, but got almost 23,000. Something that definitely won't be on that exam is the fact that peeing, drinking, and even smoking are canon in Fortnite. It's even crazier to think that during 2020, Epic knew Apple would ban them from the App Store and had a parody of their 1984 commercial fully prepared. They sacrificed everything for this lawsuit, losing 100 million players overnight. But Fortnite's main villain is Geno, and even though he hasn't made an actual appearance in-game, he was accidentally leaked in a survey and then shown in the Zero War comics. He's not the only person appearing in weird places. A Netflix show named Carmen Sandiego has a character that can be seen working a desk job who looks just like Agent Jones, and his name is, you guessed it, Jonesy. Back in-game, Epic loves small details, and that's why the only other person who could use Thor's hammer is Captain America. If you're someone who started playing Fortnite in Chapter 2 or 3, you might not know that the burst had a completely different design back in the day and looked like this. One of the longest running secrets in the entire game is the Build Gnome, who has a small chance of appearing every time you place a brick wall. At one point, it was even changed to have a brick design. And anyone who's been to the theater in the last 5 years has probably seen Fortnite mentioned in at least one movie. We've seen the Bright Bomber pickaxe in Free Guy, a billboard in No Way Home, and the classic Noob Master 69 scene from Avengers Endgame. One of my favorite secrets from Chapter 1 was the OG animal statues hidden around the map, like the fish, rabbit, and crab. Though they could always come back, unlike the Imposters LTM, which was deleted from the game after Epic decided to move on to other projects. This is 100% confirmed to never be returning. And that's okay, because we've already played a combined total of 10 million years of Battle Royale. That means the human race has played Fortnite for 50 times longer than we've even existed. And while Chapter 2 Season 5 was full of content, content, the portals around the map were originally going to be way cooler. You were even meant to run through them. Instead, we had the collab portals. But did you know that the most added crossover in Fortnite is Marvel with over 370 cosmetics? I mean, honestly, it's not that surprising. Still not as blatant as the time that Fortnite took pinging, rebooting, and even vaults from Apex Legends. I wonder what the next big feature will be. And we mentioned gravestones quite a bit, but we just have to talk about the iconic Chapadoodle Easter egg. It was the very first tombstone and was added after Musel tried to save a player, but ended up eliminating them instead. Fortnite has come a long way since it was first announced over 10 years ago, but one of my favorite secrets is that the game was originally created as a realistic horror game before it turned into a cartoony survival. In fact, it almost got canceled before Battle Royale came out. Speaking of Save the World, this mode has the most underrated Easter eggs I've ever seen, with the hotel from The Shining, a Friday the 13th reference, and even Luke's X-Wing from Star Wars. Those were 101 secrets. This has been Tommy Cupid here on Top 5 Gaming.